Right, g'day folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. Now, as the title of the video suggests, today we are looking at two of what I believe to be the best short course trucks I could find on AliExpress for less than £100. Let's get into it. A bit of artistic license, and I will explain. This one, WL Toys, is the cheaper of the pair. It's a 1/12 scale. I'll get this one off the table in a minute and we'll have a better look at this, but I'll explain. This one's 1/12 scale, this one's ready to run, and this one is brushed. Now the VRX, this monster is 10 scale, but it came as a roller. Now I'll put the prices up now on the screen so you can see what I paid per unit. Now this one still rolls in. This one rolled in at just shy of £80, ready to run, delivered. That's including tax. Now the big 1/10 VRX, this weighed in at about 125 quid because I had to pay shipping on top and the tax. And it's a roller. And it's a roller. So that's how we sneak that into this video. But we're going to have a better look at this in a minute. So we'll start with this gem, this absolute gem of a WL Toys short course truck in 1/12 scale. Indeed. Now, it does bear striking similarities, and when I put the price on the screen, you may have noticed the name and what they're calling it and what they're kind of hinting at. I will say all will be revealed when we take the body off on that one, and you'll see where I'm coming from. Now you got to bear in mind this is a cheap car, but let's have a look. Let's have a look what we get. Body, that's quite decent. It's quite thick, it's flexible. I think that's going to take some breaking, to be fair. You know, generic graphics, basic graphics on there, or yeah, strong power. Yeah, about the power, horsepower, it's ready, it's across, cross country, yada yada. Let's get the body off. All right, so 4 of the smallest body clips. Man, my fingers. But there we go. There we go. Toss the body to the back there, if I can. And here it is. Here it is. This is £80 worth of 1/12 brushed short course truck. It pairs. It does bear a passing resemblance, doesn't it, to something else? Yeah, passing. Actually, it's not actually that close. I'll get the other one down in a sec. But what do we get? Bloody body. What do we get? Well, first off, we get friction dampers all round, but I'm sure they could easily be swapped out for, yeah, I've got something that could work in there. So it's a festival of plastic, but it was cheap. It was cheap. The tires, there's no foams in them. Do they feel grippy? Not especially. They feel quite nasty. The plastics, what happened to WL Toys? What happened to WL Toys? You got the 144001, which for a lot of people was an introduction to RC, be it after a long period of time or be it their first RC car. Like, damn, it was mine. When my brother finally taught me into putting down the plastic model kits and starting building some RC, he tempted me with a WL Toys 144001, and it was brilliant. Obviously I curbed it on the first run out and broke something, but other than that it was brilliant. And a few years later, you know, this is what we've come down to. Yeah, it was cheap, but so was the little buggy. That was cheap. Anyway, I'm ranting. But what do we got? We got crosshead screws in there, which I don't mind. Sometimes they're easier to get out than a rounded off hex, but that's a different argument. Do we get bearings? I'm going to say yes. It's rolling like there's bearings. The description, the product description online was pretty vague, so yeah. But you still bear in mind this is a cheap car. Oh my word. Okay, so we got some 2-in-1 brushed receiver ESC thing going on there. We got a little brushed 390 tucked in on the back there, right over the rear axle. So, you know, this thing's going to be, yeah, it's going to be, it is going to be plastic. The chassis's got Armour Gorgon, Armour Fury written all over it. You know, let's just get into it. We've got a rear loading battery tray on there, which is funky, although fiddly. Not quite as easy as the Armour. Oh, we got a little battery provided as well. What we got here? We got a 2S 1000 milliamp hour. No, it's a LiPo, 6.4 volts. Interesting. Irrelevant, anyway, but interesting. Yeah. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. We're not going to dwell too much on this, but again, £80 delivered. What's this going on here then? It says it's got a high strength servo in there. It's hard to see the gubbins. That is strange. Strange looking thing. Okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. Right, but also with the car you get your basic instructions, bit of a manual in there, plastic hex driver, you get a wall charger for the battery. Yeah. And you get what is most probably the worst WL Toys transmitter I have seen. Now it's got a foam wheel, and in my hand for one-handed steering, it doesn't feel too bad, but that's poor. They used to be good. You know, they were never cutting edge, but they used to be decent transmitters on the WL Toy stuff, regardless of the cost. Now, you know, 4 different modes on there. It's irrelevant anyway because I'm swapping all this out. In this package here, I have a handy brushless combo ready to slot in there. So yeah, this cost me 20 quid. So we're still sub £100 on this car. We are still sub £100. So we're still in budget. I'm not overly enthused, if I'm honest. Not overly enthused, but we're going to give it a good run out, and we're going to give it a good run out pretty soon, and we're going to give it a run. Let's just clear that off. Yeah, that's gone. That has gone. We will be giving it a run with this. Yes. Okay, so like I said with artistic license, this does the rolling, The rolling chassis on this baby does roll in at less than £100. I did put the price up on the screen. I'll put it up again now just to remind you. But check this out. This is the VRX Blast 2.0. It's a truck that's been around for a good few years now, to be fair, but this thing is epic, and I'm really looking forward to giving this a blast. It's pretty good. Now, in the UK, these will be, you could pick these up. Now, okay, so we've seen the price and how much I paid for it. With tax and the shipping delivered, this cost me 125 quid. Now, you can buy the sorry, not VTX, this is the FTX variant of this in the UK, and it's shipped from the UK, and it'll probably cost, I think you can buy the brushed version, because it's the brushed version that comes with this configuration here, for around about 125, 130 quid. Now, the one good reason, which you really just saw, why I went for this version and not the brushed UK FTX version, was the chassis. Basically, the VRX roller comes with the alloy chassis. The FTX, can't even think what it's called, Zorro maybe, in this country, comes with the plastic chassis. Not too, well, I say not too dissimilar to the FTX Outlaw, but exactly the same. And I've had an Outlaw before, and I broke the chassis right there, and that was game over. So this should improve on that. And plus, I think there's a few little differences as well. Well, there is other differences between this car and the FTX UK. Now, this is a roller, and I'd be working on the assumption that if I'd have bought the FTX Outlaw at about 125, 130 from the UK, I'd be pulling the brushless system out anyway, brush system, and putting a fat brushless motor in. Crikey. Anyway, I'm going to get the lid off this now. Right, so we got 4 body clips. We've got a full-size usable spare on there that's decent. Look at this shell. This is pretty good. Is it going to be strong? I don't know. It'll probably smash into 1,000 pieces the first tumble, but decent cage in there that hopefully should do something. Some good driver figures. Nice. Available in quite a few different colorways, to be fair, but I thought this one was sweet. But that's just me. Right, I'm going to push this to the side. Right, so here we go with the chassis. Now, bearing in mind, I bought this as a roller. No servo, no ESC, no motor as a roller, but everything else was as is. Now, check it out. And this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Now, I am into this, to be fair. I'm going to be changing this motor out already. I haven't even run it yet, but I've got a 3660, or maybe it's a 3665 that will go in there and just utilize the full space that we're dealing with, and that will be the biggest motor I can put in, but it will be 4S ready. I'm going to swap out the 80 amp ESC. I'm going to put a 120 amp ESC in there with the 3660 motor. That'll be 4S ready. This thing's going to be sick. This is what I'm after. It's the poor man's Traxxas UDR. It's that solid rear axle, trailing arm, massive amounts, big, big flex. That's what we're looking for in here. It's not going to be a basher. Not a hard bash. I'm not going to say we're not going to take it over the jumps, because we are. I am. But this should be good. And I'm quite excited about this. But as a roller, for 125 quid, it's good. In my mind, it's good. We've got bearings all around. We've got some really good firm tyres on there. Good firm tyres. They feel grippy. They're decent tyres. Now, over the FTX version that I've mentioned numerous times so far in this video, the FTX comes with plastic shocks on the rear with alloy caps, whereas these are full metal shocks. Oil, feel really nice. They feel good. On the fronts we have plastic bodies, alloy caps, like the FTX version would come with as well, although theirs would be blue, I believe. Not bad. I think I might need to adjust the oil slightly in there. But as I've mentioned before, we've got the alloy chassis on there. It's brilliant. It's four-wheel drive, shaft driven. Dope. What can I see letting me down with this car after owning the FTX Outlaw? Now hopefully the chassis, because I did break several of them on the Outlaw, the alloy chassis should do the business. Front bumper. The front bumper on the Outlaw is completely different to this one. This one's actually got give, so that shouldn't break, whereas the Outlaw disintegrated. Other than that, this thing is gonna be dope. It's gonna be sweet. So realistically then, with the VRX here, once I've put the new motor, ESC, this car owes me. I've also changed, I've changed the pinion and the spur gear to hardened steel, because I'm going to be running 4S through this, so, you know, I don't really want to strip the plastic spur that is standard in there, so that's going. This car owes me just shy of £200. Now, I could have bought the brushless FTX Zorro short course truck, pretty much identical from the outside, but that one I would have lost the trailing arms, the big saggy UDR look that I'm actually going for. Now, you know, check this. It's got the potential. It's got the potential of being epic, and hopefully it won't let me down. Now, we're going to pitch this against, it's four-wheel drive, it's around about the £200 mark, bear with, and as if by magic the Armour Fury turns up. Now, this is going to be an interesting challenge. We're going to see which can jump the best. You know, we've got the rear-wheel drive Fury versus the four-wheel drive VRX. So pretty soon we're going to be seeing the ultimate. I'm still going to use the word budget, although the Fury weighs in at about 250 quid to the VRX is 200 quid. I'm still saying budget. Compared to what else is out there, these things are certainly cheap. Now, compared to, there we go, the WL toys, they ain't cheap. They're expensive, and that's cheap. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a short course truck showdown pretty soon. The weather's decent now. We're going to get all the ramps out. We're going to test these babies out against each other. They're all going to be brushed. Well, that's brushless already. I've got the brushless convo for that. So yeah, I don't know. Disappointed. First impressions on this one, I am disappointed. Yeah, I know I paid peanuts for it, but I was expecting more from WL Toys, I'm not going to lie. The VRX, I'm super psyched. I'm super psyched on driving this bad boy. This thing's going to be sick. The Fury, this thing's just a beast. It's 50 miles an hour out of the box. It's 250 quid. It's metal geared. It's brushless. It takes 3S like a champ. What do you need? What do you need? So, the video's coming. Check it out. Sick VRX, WL Toys, and the Super Sweet Fury. Right, thanks for watching. I'm waffling now too much. I need to get out and enjoy some of these. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. It's the DTO4s. They're coming next. The DTO4 buggies, the Tamiyas, the new chassis DTO4 Tamiya buggies. Now, if you haven't seen the last video, I'm going to leave a link in the description to that one. Check it out. Those things are beasts, but this week, promise you, they're going to be more beastly, but they can take it like a champ, and you will see that. I'm waffling. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. We out.